For some reason or other, Francesco had no shoes. Every time his mother had saved the money to buy him a pair, one thing or another happened, and she had to spend the money on something else. Once, it was Francesco's baby brother Augusto, who needed some medicine to soothe the pain he suffered when his first tooth was growing. So some of the money went. Another time, it was Francesco's elder sister Carla, who needed an apron because she had found a job in a grocer's shop. Again, some of the money went. Then it was Francesco's grandmother, who needed a stool to rest her tired feet on, and Mother bought her the stool. So again, the money went. Many a time, Francesco would stand by the window of the smartest shoe shop in Narrator, which was the small town where he lived, and look at all the shoes. Isn't it amazing, he thought, how many different shapes and colours there are? He was never sure which he wanted most. One day, as he was gazing into the shop window, he saw, mirrored in the glass, a little girl's face. He had never seen so lovely a face, and it seemed to him that the little girl was not looking at the shoes at all, but smiling at him through the window. Then a lady who was with her said, "Come, Francesca, let us go inside, and you can choose the pair you like best." Francesco turned to face the little girl, but she was already walking into the shop, and all he could see was her fair hair floating down her back. Francesco would have liked to take a good look at the little girl, but he did not dare go into the shop, nor even wait for her outside, for fear she might despise him if she saw that he was barefoot. So he walked away. Yet he could not forget her, not that day, nor any day that followed. He would sit somewhere in his own poor part of the town and think. He would think of how sweetly she had looked at him through the shop window, and how wonderful and strange it was that she should be called Francesca, just as he was called Francesco. Often his friends would call him to play. "Francesco, come, let's have a game." "Hey, Francesco, are you dreaming?" But Francesco took no notice. It was bad enough for Francesco to be without shoes in summer, but it was worse when winter came and it got cold. Some days he could not leave the house at all. Then one day his big brother Romano came home on a visit, for he lived in another town. "I have earned good money," he said to Francesco, "and bought myself a new pair of shoes. So now you can have my old ones. They are still quite good, and I have had new soles put on them." Francesco immediately tried on the shoes. They were, of course, very long and wide, but Grandmother gave him a pair of thick socks to wear inside. All the family stood around to watch Francesco put on the shoes. It was a great moment. Francesco could now go out with his friends, Gianni and Riccardo, even if it was snowing. At first they laughed at his big shoes, and then at Francesco's strange new habit of looking at all the shops where girls' dresses were sold. "Have you a bride?" they mocked. "And do you want to buy her a dress for Christmas?" Francesco, of course, was hoping to see Francesca come out of one of these shops, but he said nothing to his friends, nor did he ever see Francesca. Christmas had gone by, the snow had melted, the days were getting longer, and carnival time was near, when the children would put on their fancy dresses and make merry in the streets. Already they were preparing their costumes, borrowing hats and clothes from their parents, pinning, sewing, trying on. In the nursery school, Mother Antonia helped the little ones, but the bigger children came there too to show off their costumes.